Okay, the time right now, it is officially, the time is 9:51 p.m. I'm walking back up to the checkpoint, and down Primrose, like I said, they have another person stopped. It's like I said, an entrapment. Anybody that goes down there is gonna get pulled over. Even though that's not closed off, it says the right lane is closed, but that street isn't closed off, so it's an entrapment. Okay, and now that I've walked back down here, and I'm not down to the corner with my sign, traffic is starting to back up again, up to the light. So it's just amazing how much one person with a paper sign can do, and how much traffic will go into the left turn lane or the right turn lane just to avoid the checkpoint. There's Corporal Plumley talking with Sergeant Wen. Okay, meanwhile, there's pretty much nobody over in secondary except the tow truck drivers. And it appears some police vehicles, so I'm gonna head on over to secondary now. Okay, I'm approaching secondary, and we have 4 tow trucks out here. We have five tow trucks, and this is how busy secondary is. Five tow trucks. We have tow trucks from Brooker's Auto Tow. We just have Auto Tow over here. That's a very generic. More. Well, no, actually, it's Cypress Auto Tow. So we have Brooker's and Cypress. Let's see, and I'm assuming this one is also Cypress Auto Tow as well. Looks like Cypress Auto Tow is going to be having a visit from me soon. And again, we have another one from Cypress Auto Tow. And we have tow truck drivers over here. There appears to be people waiting in the secondary over here. Here's one of the vehicles that's holding the secondary. Mr. Funny Man, huh? Gonna honk right behind me. Mr. Funny Man. But anyways, we have, here's our one vehicle pulled over in the secondary. It's I believe that's a Zebra 5 Zebra 3018. We have another vehicle over in secondary here. That's going to be a 7. What's the end? 7 Nora Yankee. 7 Nora Yankee Gerald 450. Now we have another vehicle pulling the secondary. That's going to be a 7 Sam Mary Alpha 126. And he's made to pop his trunk. Step out of the vehicle, sir. Show us what you got in the trunk. Now, what does this have to do with DUI and driver's license checkpoint? Okay, looks like his license was in the trunk. Why would you keep your driver's license in the trunk? That's interesting. Oh boy. Here we have Sergeant Wen is moved over into secondary. Seems to be interested in the paper they have. Now we have another one going into secondary. This is going to be a 4 Jared Boy Tom 605 pulling into secondary. Now I'm wondering if anybody, because there are people driving forward over here. Now I'm wondering if it's only people that are being told to drive through here, or if it's anybody who's driving forward has to go through this secondary inspection, is my question. Okay, this guy looks like they're getting ready to leave. This guy's getting further questioning. I don't see where Sergeant Wen went. He may still be behind the vehicle over here. Oh, yes he is. I can barely see him. Those people are leaving now. See, now we have people driving straight, and it looks like only people that are going through the checkpoint are being told to go through secondary. So if you do drive straight through here, it looks like you're okay. So this is secondary, not very busy. They impound your vehicle, sir? Yeah. What for? Do you have someone that can come and pick up the vehicle? Because that is, if you have some... Okay, good, because then they won't tow it away. Hi. Well, they can't. If you have someone that can come and pick up the vehicle that has someone that can drive that person, if they have 2 people with valid driver's license, someone can come pick up the vehicle. They didn't tell you that? They just passed that I think a couple months ago, beginning of the year, that you can do that if you have someone that can come pick up the vehicle.
Yeah, well, we'll see, man.
All right. Okay, so we just have a man who was pounding his vehicle because driving on a not a valid license. That's why they're going ahead and gonna impound his vehicle. Okay, now we have Corporal Plummy over here.
Behind you guys.
This is going to be a 7-boy George Nora 625. Another vehicle being pulled into secondary. Let's see. Now we have 4 vehicles in secondary now. And we have 4 tow truck drivers. This is one of the Brookhurst Auto Tow truck drivers. for me.
Buena, they borrow a pen.
By the way, please.
They borrow a pen real quick.
Go over here. People are gonna come in. Ross.
I'm gonna try and move up a little closer now. See what we can, how close I can get to secondary. Now, Sergeant Wen now is directing traffic with his very important pointing stick. He looks like one of those people in the movie theater that comes to tell you to be quiet with that little flashlight with whatever the attachment is called. So I'm gonna go ahead and move closer, see how close I can get. I mean, I'm not crossing the police tape, so there should be no issue. Okay, that was a bit of a fast pull out. Okay, so I'm hearing Sergeant White ask, do you have a license, ID card, anything? Okay, he's just asking if he still lives, this person still lives on Stanton. Okay. Just cut this. Okay, possibly he could be responding to an unrelated call. Let's see. Well, we could check the call log. Let's see. So he could be responding to something unrelated to the checkpoint that requires more immediate assistance. Sergeant Wen is coming back, and I don't think this vehicle here is gonna be getting away easy tonight. So Sergeant Wynn appears just to be writing a simple ticket. He's taking the VIN number down. Trying to get a good picture of him. And there we go. And we have another officer here. He's taking care of this vehicle. And over to my right here we have Corporal Plummy and this officer over here. They're just doing some paperwork and observing the rest of the officers here in secondary. Towing the vehicle's right behind me. I'm going to get some pictures of that. Yep, so vehicles are getting towed. Looks like these people were allowed to go on their way. And they're not going to be getting towed this evening. So Sergeant Wynn is still dealing with this vehicle right here.
What car is this?
While Sergeant Wynn is still dealing with this. And he's speaking in Spanish. Meanwhile, Corporal Plummy and the other officers are just standing around right now talking. Okay, looks like we have another vehicle about to pull into secondary over here. This is going to be a, let's see if I can get a plate. This is a 6 union, that's going to be 6 Union Jared Alpha 882. I have to study up on my police license plate talk there, because I do know that J for J it's not Jared and A is not Alpha, but I can't remember those two. Adam. A is for Adam. There, so it's going to be a 6 Union Jared Adam 882. That's doesn't appear to have a visually expired registration. Okay, well now we have this male driver out of their vehicle. Looks like they're probably their vehicle is going to be towed tonight. And
Okay, you need to call.
let's see. Okay. So now Sergeant Wen is informing that they need to call somebody to pick up the vehicle, I'm assuming. Now we have another vehicle coming into secondary over here. Be able to see.
Over here.
It's a 5 Sam.
Yeah, Cypress Ridge did there too. You're ready to call.
Looks like the tow truck driver's got a car to tow. I can't remember which ones. I do believe it was the white one that just pulled in. No, it was the van. That's going to be a 5 Sam Jared George 285. Again, doesn't appear to have a visually expired registration, so it could possibly have something to do with the license. I haven't seen anybody actually arrested for intoxication. It just seems to be everybody's pulled over on more minute things here unrelated to drinking and driving. Now we have this male and female occupants of the vehicle here. Looks like they're going to be told that they have to abandon their vehicle unless somebody can come and pick it up, because it looks like these people's vehicle will be towed this evening. Plummy. Okay, so this guy is getting a citation for not having a license. So they're not going to tow his vehicle. Interesting. But I just talked to a guy, he didn't have a valid license. So we'll see. His vehicle may still get towed. The guy with not a valid license had his vehicle towed, so probably the driver with no license is going to have his vehicle towed. But we'll just have to wait and find out. Now we have another vehicle coming in the secondary over here. It's going to be a 5 Union Robert Hall 713. One occupant in the vehicle, female.
There's a curve right there. Be careful.
Okay, so Sergeant Wen is going to let the driver with no license go, but the driver who's driving on a non-valid license had his vehicle towed. So what's up with that? Someone actually had a license, but it wasn't valid, had their vehicle towed, but yet someone with no license is going to be allowed to drive on. I mean, it's one thing the other guy actually had a license, but this guy has no license at all. This is very interesting. Here, let's see. Does this vehicle have a visually expired registration? No. So it could be something with the license. The female didn't appear to be intoxicated by the looks of her when she passed by me there. So again, something more related to the license than actual DUI. So why don't they just call it a driver's license checkpoint and nothing more? I don't see what this has to do with drinking and driving. It's usually straight into do you have your license? It's not, okay sir, have you been drinking this evening and do you have your license? It's usually just straight into the license. Okay, it appears that these people there are either waiting for someone to come pick them up or someone to take their vehicle, but they're waiting now. Have another occupant in the vehicle over here waiting. Even the tow truck drivers, they're just waiting for a vehicle to tow. Another tow truck driver. Now we have another vehicle pulling in the secondary. It's going to be a 5 Mary Ocean Sam 939. One occupant, female. Let's see if it'll focus. See the females. This female here is being allowed on. Registration doesn't appear to be visibly expired. So it has something to do with the license, I'm assuming. Okay, the female is getting something out of the passenger side there. Her purse. See, she's probably getting her license. Okay, and that's it. Appears that she's gonna be let on her way now.
Oh, just hold in this one?
Yeah. This one's good. That one's good to go. This one's getting towed. He's working on that. I just right now.
Okay, so one of these is getting towed. You just heard it, ladies and gentlemen, from Corporal Plummy. And they're gonna be on their way. So right now we're waiting for the vehicles to get towed, and Corporal Plummy and Sergeant Wen, the tow truck drivers, are just sitting around at the moment. Okay, we got another tow truck driver showing up, and it's from Cypress Auto Tow. Time right now it is 10:28 p.m. Gonna probably wrap it up here in a minute and head on out of here. I've got plenty of footage, but I may have to ask Sergeant Buena a question before I'm about ready to leave. But before I do that, I'm gonna go ahead and ask the sergeant a question. Hey Sergeant, I have one question for you before I leave. How come the driver with a non-valid license had his vehicle towed, but the driver that didn't have a license at all didn't have his vehicle towed? What's up with that? Is driving with a non-valid license more of a crime than driving without a license? Don't want to talk? Don't want to say something? Come on, share a story with us. We just want to know. All right. See you at the next checkpoint. Don't give up your license, people. They have to have probable cause. Don't give up your license. It's not about drunk driving. It's about profiting and collecting. Well, I was about to cross the street to go home, and after the checkpoint, but this officer right in the Buena Park Mall, right on the Walmart side, decided to pull over this vehicle, and so that has caught my attention away from going home and over here to film this stop. I'm gonna go ahead and walk around. Oh my goodness, and it's a nun. There's a nun in that car. Poor old, a woman of the Lord they're pulling over. A woman of holiness. A woman of righteous holiness, and probably hasn't even touched a drop of liquor in her life. This is right in front of the U.S. Bank as well. Okay, I just had to change my battery And now, this officer, and we're in a fairly well-lit parking lot, has decided to turn on his high beams, the things on the side, but that's not gonna. Now they have to scan a barcode on the side of your door, which is weird. I've never seen that done before. I guess it's a new thing, but I guess this is to try and prevent me from recording in some way. I hope it's not. It's not. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he's respecting my First Amendment right to film this traffic stop. I mean, I don't see why there would be an issue with me filming. I mean, after all, these officers, I went to the Buena Park Town Hall meeting and they talked about, you know, we're with, you know, we have full accountability. We have body cameras, we have dash cameras, we have GPS tracking in our vehicles that can tell us the speed and location. So I don't see what the issue is. Meanwhile, we have the occupants here. Well, I do believe, yeah, it's only two occupants, one male, one female. One of them. Now I'm assuming it's a nun because, as far as I know, it could be a woman with a hijab on. But as far as I know, that only the nuns have that white trim at the end of the black on the hood there. But I'm not a hijab expert, so it could be an Arab woman as well. I myself happen to like hijabs. I don't personally wear them or buy them or anything, but I do like seeing hijabs that have nice patterns and really well-made designs on them. It's not always that black full robe with that slit for the eyes. I mean, there is well-made and stylish hijabs out there, but I'm not 100% sure if this woman is wearing a hijab or she is a nun. See how there's that white trim there? Seems just to be a simple ticket for the evening. See, notice how I gotta zoom in so that glare doesn't keep interrupting my camera. We're gonna have to move around since those lights kept getting in my camera. Well, actually everything's over now. Well, couldn't make out a plate on that.